This MMA 30 segment is powered by The Gun Store. Next time you're in Las Vegas, if you want to shoot a real machine gun, do it at The Gun Store at 2900 East Tropicana.
I'm still kind of trying to wrap my head around this. You know, it's been a whirlwind, you know, the last 24 hours. But, you know, honestly, I'm just trying to focus on training, because that's really the most important thing between now and the fight, is training and earning this every single day when I step into the gym. Well, I had saw some buzz on the internet, you know, about Diaz not showing up for the press conference, and I know my manager was lobbying for the fight, and so you know, I hit him up and asked him, you know, is this just talk, or is this really going to go down? And maybe about 20 minutes later, I got the call that I was getting the title shot. You know, I pretty much cried like a baby. I was, you know, I was emotional. You know, I'm an emotional guy, and you know, there's a lot that's gone into my career, and you know, it's been a long time coming, and yeah, so you know, I was pretty shocked that he passed up the opportunity. You know, it's you know, it just blows me away. But you know, if he's not ready to do the press, then he's not ready to be a champion, because that's a part of it. Without a doubt, you know, I'm the best fighter I've ever been. I'm as motivated as I've ever been, and yeah, I'm without a doubt ready. Finally, I'm ready. You know, that was no surprise. You know, I completely understand. You know, it is what it is. You know, Greg's got the top guys in the world in his camp, and you know, it's bound to happen. And but I had a plan lined up for who was going to train me, and so it's no surprise. Well, I mean, that kind of showed him, I think, how he didn't want things to go down, but you know, this is a business, and you know, we're professionals. This is what we do for a living, and you know, it's nothing personal. I like George, but I'm still going to try to kick his ass. You know, it's no big deal. Yeah, I get nervous before every fight, but you know, this being the biggest fight of my career, yeah, I'll get nervous for sure. Before a fight, you know, it's kind of an emotional roller coaster. You feel good, you feel excited, and then you're like, you know, freaked out, and you know, like, you know, wishing that you did something else for a living, and you know, like literally, it's crazy. You know, it runs the whole gamut of emotions, but you know, that's something you have to deal with, something you have to ride, and you know, when the cage door closes, you just have to be ready to go. Well, I don't know. I've never fought Diaz, never been punched by him, but you know, I think that I have more ways to win. I'm more explosive. We have Diaz is more of a boxer, and you know, tries to win by kind of an accumulation of punches. You know, whereas I have some power in my hands and some power in my strikes, and I can end a fight with one strike.
I'm here at the Gun Store, and I'm ready to lock and load. They say what happens here stays here. So how about something you'll never forget?
This is the adult Disney World right here.
Like hitting up the shooting range just a few miles off the strip at the one and only Gun Store.
I've never shot a gun before, so...
This is going to be great. You're going to like learning to drive at the Indy 500.
Turns out, I'm a natural.
Oh, whoa! That is awesome!
Right. Yeah.
Machine guns, rifles, Glock, no weapon off limits.
This is probably one of the very few places in the world you can shoot one of these without having someone shoot back at you.
Never shot a gun before? No problem.
There's no license required by you. You just have to be big enough.
Perfect for bachelor or bachelorette parties. Lots of packages to choose from. There's even a VIP range.
We give refreshments. It's private. It's quiet.
Purchase your own at the Gun Store, or just stop by for a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Come right on down here. We'll put a gun in your hand. You can be on a range in 15, 20 minutes. No problem.
I love it.